Hello, everyone, and if you are new here, I want to tell you something very important. We upload powerful English learning lessons every single day to help you improve your English faster and more confidently. In today's episode, you are going to train your ears, your mouth, and your mind. Because this is a complete B1, B2 English shadowing practice masterclass. In this lesson, you will not only improve your English listening skills, but also your English speaking fluency, your pronunciation, and your confidence when using advanced English vocabulary in daily life. Today, we're diving into a very important topic that every English learner needs. You will learn how to use advanced English vocabulary and natural phrases in real daily life situations. You will practice how to speak clearly, think faster, and express yourself with confidence. And through shadowing exercises, repeat after me sessions, and real-life examples, you will train your brain to respond in English automatically. Whether you want to speak confidently at work, communicate naturally with friends, or express your ideas smoothly in any conversation, this lesson will help you build the skills you need to become fluent in English. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you never miss powerful English learning episodes like this. So, take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let's get started. I want you to begin this practice by simply listening to my voice and allowing the rhythm of English to flow into you. Because shadowing is not just repeating words. It is training your mind to think in English, training your mouth to move in English, and training your ears to recognize the patterns of natural speech. So, as we move forward in this lesson, just relax and follow along with me. Slowly, gently, naturally, and you will notice how your English becomes smoother with every minute you spend here. Right now, imagine yourself in a simple daily life situation. You wake up in the morning, your mind is still quiet, you stretch, take a breath, and you think about the things you need to say in English. Maybe you have to talk to someone at work. Maybe you want to send a message to a friend. Maybe you want to express your ideas more clearly. In this lesson, we will practice the exact sentences you can use in those daily moments. So as you listen, try to picture these moments happening in your real life. Shadow this with me slowly. I am improving my English every single day. I am becoming more confident. I am learning new words, and I am speaking more naturally. Repeat it again in your mind, or say it out loud if you can, because these simple sentences help your brain stay motivated and relaxed while learning. Now, let's move into our first real-life speaking situation. Imagine you are in the kitchen, preparing your breakfast, and you want to describe what you are doing in natural English. This is excellent practice because daily life narration helps your brain stay in English without translation. So listen and repeat after me in your mind. I'm making my breakfast right now. I woke up feeling fresh today. I'm preparing some tea. I'm thinking about my plans for the day. I want to speak better English today, and I'm ready to learn. These simple descriptions train your brain to use English automatically, without stopping to translate your thoughts. Let's go deeper. Imagine you have to explain your morning routine to someone, maybe a coworker, maybe a friend, maybe someone you meet for the first time. Listen to this natural example. My morning was pretty calm today. I woke up early, made a cup of tea, checked my messages, and prepared my things for the day. Now shadow this with me, slowly, naturally. My morning was pretty calm today. I woke up early. I made a cup of tea. I checked my messages, and I prepared my things for the day. These sentences are simple but extremely useful because they help you build fluency through common actions you experience daily. Now imagine someone asks you, "How's your English practice going?" This is your moment to use advanced vocabulary that still feels natural and confident. Listen to this example. My English practice has been very consistent lately. I'm focusing on expanding my vocabulary and speaking more clearly. Shadow this with me. My English practice has been very consistent lately. I'm focusing on expanding my vocabulary and speaking more clearly. These kinds of sentences show confidence, control, and daily improvement. Let's move into another daily moment. Picture yourself walking to work or school. The air is fresh, and you're thinking in English. You see people around you, and your brain tries to describe everything in English. This is a powerful mental exercise, so shadow this with me. I'm walking to work right now. The weather is nice. I'm thinking about the conversations I'll have today. I want to express myself more clearly, and I'm ready for a new day. Keep repeating these slowly, letting the rhythm guide you. Now we will practice advanced vocabulary in a gentle, natural way. Words that help you sound more fluent and confident. Listen to this daily life English conversations. Today, I want to be more intentional with my English learning. I want to pay attention to the expressions people use. I want to observe how native speakers create smooth, connected sentences. And I want to incorporate new vocabulary into my daily conversations. Now shadow this. Today, I want to be more intentional with my English learning. I want to pay attention. I want to observe. And I want to incorporate new vocabulary. These words, intentional, observe, incorporate, help level up your English instantly. Let's add another real conversation situation. Imagine you meet a colleague or a friend, and they ask, "How have you been lately?" Listen to this natural answer. "I've been doing well. I've been focusing on improving my English skills and communicating more confidently in different situations." Now shadow it with me. "I've been doing well. I've been focusing on improving my English skills and communicating more confidently." This helps you express your progress with clarity. Now, imagine you are in a cafe, waiting for your order, and you want to describe what you see around you. This is a great shadowing practice. Listen. "I'm sitting in a small cafe right now. It's quiet. I can hear soft music. I'm thinking about my day, and I'm practicing English while I wait." Now repeat it in your mind. "I'm sitting in a small cafe right now. It's quiet. I can hear soft music. I'm thinking about my day, and I'm practicing English while I wait." This type of narration helps build flow, rhythm, and natural descriptive ability. Before we continue, take a gentle breath, relax your shoulders, and allow your mind to stay present with the English you are hearing. You are not just learning, you are transforming the way you think and speak. And with every shadowing phrase, you are building a stronger, more confident English-speaking version of yourself. We will keep expanding into deeper daily life situations, advanced vocabulary practice, and long-form shadowing examples as we move forward. You are doing great, and your progress is already happening. As we continue this practice, I want you to imagine that English is becoming a comfortable space for your thoughts, a place where ideas flow without pressure, without hesitation, without fear. Many learners at the B1, B2 level struggle because they know many words, but they cannot bring those words into real conversations. And that is exactly what we are training here through shadowing, consistency, repetition, and real-life examples that reflect the way people actually speak. Now imagine you're talking with a friend who asks about your goals. You want to sound confident and motivated. Shadow this with me slowly. One of my main goals this year is to speak English more naturally. I want to express my ideas clearly and confidently in every situation, and I want to use more advanced vocabulary in daily conversations. Let the words flow. Feel the rhythm, and let your mind internalize the structure. Let's go deeper into describing personal growth, something many English learners talk about. Listen to this smooth example. I've been working on improving my fluency because I want to communicate without stopping to think. I want English to come to me automatically, like a natural part of my daily life. Now shadow it. I've been working on improving my fluency. I want English to come to me automatically, like a natural part of my daily life. These lines build confidence and clarity at the same time. Now imagine a new daily life situation. You're at work or school, and someone asks you to explain how your week is going. You want to respond with a more advanced, expressive answer. Shadow this slowly. This week has been quite productive. I've been focusing on refining my communication skills and paying attention to how people express themselves. Words like productive, refining, communication skills, express, instantly raise your speaking level to B2. Let's practice describing emotions, because emotional vocabulary is essential for speaking naturally. Listen to this natural expression. I've been feeling more confident lately because my English practice is becoming more consistent. I feel more comfortable using new vocabulary and expressing my ideas with clarity. Now shadow it softly. I've been feeling more confident lately. My English practice is becoming more consistent. I feel more comfortable using new vocabulary. These emotional sentences help you speak about your progress honestly and fluently. Imagine another situation. You're meeting someone after a long time, and they ask what you've been up to. Listen to this daily life answer. I've been keeping myself busy with work and learning. I'm trying to stay disciplined with my English practice because I want to communicate more effectively in every conversation. Shadow it now. I've been keeping myself busy with work and learning. I'm trying to stay disciplined with my English practice. I want to communicate more effectively in every conversation. These are sentences people genuinely use, and you can use them too. Now, let's shift into more advanced vocabulary embedded inside easy-to-follow daily life conversations. Listen to this example. Recently, I've been trying to enhance my listening skills by paying attention to the intonation and rhythm of natural English. I've noticed that when I listen carefully, I understand more details and respond more confidently. Shadow it gently. I've been trying to enhance my listening skills, paying attention to intonation and rhythm. I understand more details. I respond more confidently. Words like enhance, intonation, confidently help elevate your speech instantly. Now picture yourself in a conversation where someone asks, What are you focusing on in your English practice these days? Listen to this natural, advanced level answer. I'm focusing on expanding my vocabulary and improving the clarity of my speech. I'm learning phrases I can use in my everyday conversations so I can communicate more effectively. Now shadow it with me. I'm focusing on expanding my vocabulary, improving the clarity of my speech, learning phrases I can use in everyday conversations. These are clear, smooth, professional-sounding structures that are perfect for B1, B2 learners. Now let's practice describing your daily routine again, but this time using slightly more advanced connectors. Listen closely. My days have been pretty balanced recently. I've been managing my time more carefully, and I'm trying to include English in small moments throughout the day, even when I'm walking, cooking, or relaxing. I try to think in English. Now shadow it. My days have been pretty balanced recently. I'm trying to include English in small moments. I try to think in English. This helps your mind switch into English naturally. Now, imagine a situation where someone asks what motivates you to keep learning. This is your chance to use advanced emotional vocabulary. Listen to this example. I'm motivated by the idea of becoming a more confident communicator. I want to express my thoughts clearly, participate in conversations more actively, and understand people without any confusion. Shadow it slowly. I'm motivated by the idea of becoming a more confident communicator. I want to express my thoughts clearly. I want to participate more actively. I want to understand without confusion. These are strong, expressive sentences that help you speak with confidence. Now let's move into a longer shadowing exercise. Listen to this entire English conversations first. Every day, I try to challenge myself with new English experiences. Sometimes I listen to conversations, sometimes I read articles, and sometimes I practice speaking with myself. I've learned that consistency is the key to improvement, and even small moments of practice can make a huge difference in my fluency. Now shadow it slowly. Every day, I try to challenge myself. I listen, I read, I practice speaking with myself. Consistency is the key. Small moments of practice make a huge difference in my fluency. Let this rhythm sink in. Now imagine you are sitting with someone who wants to know why English fluency is important to you. Listen to this advanced example. Fluency is important to me because I want to connect with people from different places. I want to share my ideas, understand others clearly, and express myself without hesitation. Now shadow it. Fluency is important to me. I want to connect with people. I want to share my ideas. I want to express myself without hesitation. These lines help you speak with purpose and emotion. Now, I want you to practice a more descriptive shadowing practice. Listen. When I think about my English journey, I feel proud of the progress I've made. I remember the days when I struggled with simple sentences, and now I can express myself with more confidence and detail. Shadow it gently. I feel proud of the progress I've made. I remember the days I struggled. Now I can express myself with more confidence. These reflections help you build self-awareness and fluency at the same time. We are building layer by layer, thought by thought, sentence by sentence, so your English becomes smoother, clearer, and more natural with every repetition. As you continue listening, I want you to feel how the language is starting to settle more comfortably inside your mind. You're no longer forcing yourself to think in English. You're allowing English to enter your thoughts naturally, calmly. This is the true power of shadowing, training your mind, your ears, and your voice to move together in harmony. And the more you practice, the more automatic it becomes. Now, imagine a situation in which you want to introduce yourself in a more advanced, confident way. Listen to this natural example. I'm someone who enjoys learning new skills, and improving my English is one of my priorities. I believe that strong communication can open many opportunities, so I try to practice consistently. Shadow it slowly. I enjoy learning new skills. Improving my English is one of my priorities. Strong communication can open opportunities. I try to practice consistently. These lines help you sound thoughtful and mature. In English, let's explore another daily life moment. You're in a conversation with a colleague who asks how you manage your time. Listen to this natural response. I've been trying to organize my schedule more effectively. I divide my tasks into smaller steps so I can stay focused and avoid feeling overwhelmed. Shadow it now. I organize my schedule more effectively. I divide my tasks into smaller steps. I stay focused. I avoid feeling overwhelmed. These phrases are extremely useful in professional and daily conversations. Now imagine someone asking about your English learning methods. You want to give a clear, advanced answer. Listen closely. I try to mix different activities: listening, reading, shadowing, and speaking. I've noticed that using different methods helps me understand English more deeply and remember vocabulary more clearly. Now shadow it gently. I try to mix different activities: listening, reading, shadowing, speaking. I understand English more deeply. I remember vocabulary more clearly. This helps you express your learning style in a confident, natural way. Let's do another extended daily life shadowing exercise. Imagine you're walking through a quiet street in the evening. The sky is soft, the air is cool, and you're thinking about your day. Listen to this description. I'm taking a slow walk right now, just enjoying the evening. It's peaceful outside, and I'm using this moment to practice English in my mind. I'm thinking about how the day went and how I can improve tomorrow. Now shadow this with me. I'm taking a slow walk. I'm enjoying the evening. I'm using this moment to practice. I'm thinking about my day. I want to improve tomorrow. These gentle phrases help you speak in a calm, confident rhythm. Now let's practice advanced connectors. These help you express ideas more smoothly. Listen carefully. Even though I sometimes struggle with new vocabulary, I try to stay positive and keep practicing. As long as I continue learning, I know I will become more fluent and confident. Shadow it. Even though I struggle sometimes, I try to stay positive. As long as I continue learning, I will become more fluent. These phrases help you sound very natural and well-spoken. Now imagine you're talking about a recent experience, maybe something small, simple, or personal. Listen to this example. Recently, I watched an English interview, and I tried to pay attention to the tone and expressions the speakers used. It was a great way to understand natural English better. Shadow it gently. Recently, I watched an English interview. I paid attention to tone and expressions. It helped me understand natural English better. These patterns help you sound more descriptive and confident. Now, let's build a shadowing practice about personal motivation. Listen carefully. I want to keep improving my English because I enjoy expressing myself in another language. I love the feeling of understanding new words and using them correctly. It gives me confidence and makes me feel proud of myself. Shadow it slowly. I want to keep improving. I enjoy expressing myself. I love understanding new words. It gives me confidence. It makes me feel proud. These emotional sentences help your English feel more real and sincere. Imagine another situation. Someone asks how you stay consistent with your practice. Listen to this example. I try to make English a small part of everything I do. Even simple moments like walking, cooking, or resting become opportunities to listen, think, or speak in English. Now shadow it. I make English a small part of everything. Simple moments become opportunities. I listen, I think. I speak in English. This is real, practical fluency training. Let's practice describing your improvement journey more deeply. Listen. I've noticed that the more I practice, the more comfortable I feel. My sentences come out more smoothly. I hesitate less, and I feel more confident speaking with others. Now shadow it. I feel more comfortable. My sentences are smoother. I hesitate less. I feel more confident. These observations help you talk about your progress clearly. Let's go into another advanced daily life shadowing example. Today, I focused on listening to natural conversations. I paid attention to pauses, stress, and how speakers connect their words. It helped me understand how real English sounds, not just textbook English. Shadow it. I focused on listening. I paid attention to pauses, stress, connected words. I understand real English better. These details help you understand natural speech patterns. Now imagine you're sharing your long-term goal. Listen. My long-term goal is to communicate clearly and confidently in any situation. I want to express my ideas naturally and use advanced vocabulary without thinking too much. Now shadow it. My long-term goal is to communicate clearly. I want to express my ideas naturally. I want to use advanced vocabulary without thinking too much. This helps you articulate your ambition smoothly. Now let's add another long shadowing exercise to strengthen your rhythm. Sometimes I practice by talking to myself in English. I describe what I'm doing, how I'm feeling, or what I'm planning. It helps me think faster and makes English a natural part of my daily routine. Shadow slowly. I talk to myself in English. I describe what I'm doing, how I'm feeling, what I'm planning. It helps me think faster. English becomes natural. This is one of the most effective fluency techniques you can master. You are doing amazing so far. And with every sentence you shadow, your brain is building stronger English patterns, patterns you will use automatically in real conversations. You are not just learning English, you are training yourself to live in English. As you continue practicing with me, I want you to notice something important. Your mind is beginning to follow the rhythm of English more naturally. You're not only repeating sentences, you're training your thoughts to flow in English. This is the stage where fluency begins to grow inside you, slowly, quietly, consistently. And every moment you spend listening and shadowing adds another strong layer to your confidence. Now imagine you're having a conversation with someone who asks, "What helps you stay motivated when learning English?" Listen to this advanced yet natural response. I stay motivated because I can feel myself improving. Each day, I understand a little more, speak a little more clearly, and use new vocabulary more confidently. Now shadow it with me. I stay motivated because I feel myself improving. I understand more. I speak more clearly. I use new vocabulary confidently. These lines help you express your learning mindset with maturity. Let's practice another daily life scene. You're sitting at your desk, taking a break from work or studying, and you start reflecting on your progress. Listen. Sometimes I like to take a moment and think about how far I've come. I remember the times when English felt difficult, and now I can express my opinions much more easily. Now shadow it slowly. I like to take a moment. I think about how far I've come. English felt difficult before. Now I express my opinions more easily. This reflective style helps you sound more expressive and emotionally connected. Now imagine you're explaining why shadowing is useful. Listen to this natural example. Shadowing helps me because it trains my mind to think in English. I don't just learn new phrases. I learn how to use them in real conversations without hesitation. Now shadow. Shadowing trains my mind. I learn how to use phrases naturally. I speak without hesitation. These structures help you sound clear and confident when talking about your learning methods. Let's explore another daily life situation. You're messaging a friend and want to explain how your day went. Listen closely. My day has been pretty productive. I completed my tasks on time, practiced some English, and took a few moments to relax. Now shadow it. My day has been productive. I completed my tasks. I practiced English. I relaxed. These kinds of sentences help you practice common conversational structures. Now imagine you're speaking with someone about the challenges of English learning. Listen to this advanced yet simple practice. Sometimes I find certain expressions or accents difficult to understand, but I try to stay patient. I remind myself that every challenge is an opportunity to grow and improve. Now shadow it with me. Some expressions are difficult. Some accents are difficult, but I stay patient. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow. This helps you sound thoughtful and strong. Let's move into emotional vocabulary again, because expressing feelings is an essential part of natural fluency. Listen. There are days when I feel a little tired or distracted, but I still try to practice a few minutes of English. Even small efforts help me stay on track. Now shadow. I feel tired sometimes. I feel distracted, but I practice a few minutes. Small efforts keep me on track. This is exactly how real people talk about their learning habits. Now imagine we go into another shadowing scene. You are preparing your dinner, and you want to describe what's happening. Listen. I'm cooking right now. The kitchen smells really nice. I'm thinking about my day and practicing English in my mind while I cook. Now shadow it. I'm cooking right now. It smells nice. I'm thinking about my day. I'm practicing English in my mind. Daily life narration builds natural fluency step by step. Now let's combine advanced vocabulary with daily situations. Listen. I'm trying to be more consistent and disciplined with my English practice. Even when life gets busy, I try to maintain a steady routine. Now shadow. I'm consistent. I'm disciplined. I maintain a steady routine. Words like consistent, disciplined, steady help your English sound more advanced instantly. Now imagine a moment when you finish a long day. and you want to describe your feelings. I'm feeling a bit tired but satisfied. I did my best today, and I'm proud of the progress I'm making. Now, shadow. I'm tired but satisfied. I did my best. I'm proud of my progress. These emotional and reflective lines help develop deeper fluency. Now let's practice responding to someone who asks how your English is improving. Listen. I feel like my English is becoming clearer. I'm choosing better words, speaking with more confidence, and understanding conversations more quickly. Now, shadow. My English is becoming clearer. I'm choosing better words. I'm speaking with confidence. I understand more quickly. These patterns show real growth. Now imagine you want to express appreciation for learning. Listen. I'm grateful for every opportunity I get to practice English. Even small conversations help me grow and become a better speaker. Now shadow it. I'm grateful for every opportunity. Small conversations help me grow. I'm becoming a better speaker. This adds emotional depth to your speech. Let's go into a slightly longer practice to strengthen your listening muscles. Listen fully first. Sometimes I think about how different my life will be when I become fluent. I'll be able to communicate more freely, travel more confidently, and connect with people without feeling nervous. That thought inspires me every day. Now, shadow. When I become fluent, I will communicate more freely, travel more confidently, connect without feeling nervous. This inspires me. This type of vision building helps your mind stay focused and motivated. Now imagine we shift into a calm, reflective moment. Listen. Right now, I'm taking a little time for myself. I'm sitting quietly, listening, and letting the English flow through me. I don't need to rush. I just need to stay present and keep practicing. Shadow it gently. I'm taking time for myself. I'm sitting quietly. English is flowing through me. I don't rush. I stay present. I keep practicing. This builds a calm, fluent speaking rhythm. Everything you are shadowing right now is building real, long-term fluency. Your pronunciation, your vocabulary, your confidence. They are all rising slowly but surely, and with every sentence. You are becoming more and more fluent. As we move forward, I want you to keep noticing how your mind is slowly adapting to English. You're not just memorizing sentences, you're building a natural flow, a rhythm that becomes easier every minute you spend shadowing. The more you listen, the more your brain begins to predict patterns, understand tone, and feel the structure of English from the inside. This is how fluency truly grows, not in big jumps, but in gentle, consistent layers. Now imagine you're in a conversation, and someone asks you what you enjoy about learning English. Listen to this natural, advanced-level response. I enjoy learning English because it allows me to connect with people from different cultures. I like discovering new expressions, understanding how sentences flow, and using those phrases in real conversations. Now shadow it slowly. I enjoy learning English. It allows me to connect. I like discovering expressions. I understand the flow. I use phrases in real conversations. These lines help you sound thoughtful, expressive, and confident. Let's practice another daily life moment. You're heading to your room after a long day, thinking about everything you experienced. Listen. I'm finally taking a moment to relax. Today was full of small tasks, conversations, and learning moments, and I feel proud of myself for staying committed to my English practice. Now shadow it with me. I'm taking a moment to relax. Today was full of tasks, conversations, learning moments. I'm proud of myself. Describing your day helps build fluent storytelling skills. Now imagine you're speaking to someone about your listening improvement. Listen. My listening skills are getting better because I'm paying more attention to tone, rhythm, and pronunciation. I'm learning to focus on meaning instead of thinking about every single word. Now shadow it. My listening is getting better. I pay attention to tone, rhythm, pronunciation. I focus on meaning, not every word. This is an essential skill for B1, B2 learners working toward fluency. Let's explore a moment where you experience a small success, maybe understanding something you didn't understand before. Listen closely. Today, I understood a conversation that used to feel difficult for me, and that moment made me feel confident and excited. It reminded me that progress is always happening, even when I don't notice it. Now shadow it gently. I understood a conversation today. It felt easier. I felt confident. Progress is happening, even when I don't notice. These expressions show emotional maturity in English. Now picture yourself preparing for an important day tomorrow, maybe work, school, or a personal task. Listen. I'm preparing my thoughts for tomorrow. I want to communicate clearly and confidently, and I know my English practice today will help me express myself better. Now, shadow. I'm preparing for tomorrow. I want to communicate clearly, confidently. Today's practice will help me express myself. This connects daily life to your fluency growth. Let's practice a more advanced vocabulary practice. Listen. I'm becoming more aware of how English works. I'm noticing patterns, recognizing expressions, and understanding conversations more naturally. Now shadow. I'm becoming more aware. I notice patterns. I recognize expressions. I understand conversations naturally. These are excellent phrases to describe your learning journey in detail. Now imagine you're trying to encourage someone else to learn English. Listen. I always tell people that learning English is a journey. It takes patience, consistency, and a positive mindset. But every step brings you closer to fluency. Now shadow it softly. Learning English is a journey. It takes patience, consistency, a positive mindset. Every step brings me closer to fluency. These encouraging lines help build both confidence and natural speech rhythm. Now, let's go into another longer descriptive shadowing exercise. Sometimes, when I'm practicing English, I like to sit quietly and let the language wash over me. I listen to the sounds, feel the flow of the sentences, and try to follow along without stressing. It helps me relax and learn at the same time. Now shadow it. I sit quietly. I let the language wash over me. I feel the flow. I follow without stress. I relax and learn. This builds deeper listening sensitivity. Now imagine you are reflecting on your identity as a learner. Listen. I'm becoming the kind of person who enjoys learning, who likes exploring new ideas, and who feels proud of every small step forward. English is becoming a part of my life, not just a subject I study. Now shadow it. I enjoy learning. I explore new ideas. I feel proud of every step. English is becoming part of my life. This helps you talk about yourself in a more expressive, advanced manner. Let's explore a moment of calm concentration. Maybe during the evening, when everything is quiet. Listen, the house is quiet right now, and I'm using this peaceful moment to practice my English. When everything is calm, it becomes easier for me to focus and listen with attention. Now shadow it. The house is quiet. I'm using this moment. It's easier to focus. I listen with attention. This builds a sense of presence and clarity. Now imagine someone asks you what kind of English you want to speak. Listen. I want to speak English that sounds natural, confident, and clear. I want to express myself smoothly, without stopping or searching for words. Now shadow. I want to sound natural, confident, clear. I want to express myself smoothly. These goals help shape your speaking style. Now let's practice a longer connected thought. Each time I shadow a sentence, my brain becomes faster at understanding. Each time I repeat a phrase, my mouth becomes more comfortable with the sounds. And each time I practice, I become a little more fluent than before. Now shadow it. Each time I shadow, my brain becomes faster. Each time I repeat, my mouth feels more comfortable. Each time I practice, I become more fluent. This reinforces progress through repetition. Now imagine you're ending your day with one last practice moment. Listen. I'm ending my day with some gentle English practice. It feels good to know that even a few minutes can help me grow and move closer to fluency. Shadow it. I'm ending my day with practice. It feels good. A few minutes help me grow. I'm moving closer to fluency. This anchors your learning mindset. You're doing incredibly well. Your fluency is building sentence by sentence. And the more you continue, the stronger your English becomes. You're building confidence, clarity, rhythm, and natural expression with every moment you practice. As we continue, I want you to feel how your confidence is slowly rising. Your listening is becoming sharper, your understanding is becoming deeper, and your speaking flow is becoming smoother with every new sentence. This is the quiet growth that happens when you keep showing up for your English practice. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. And consistency is exactly what you're building right now. Now imagine you're in a conversation, and someone asks you how you stay focused while learning English. Listen to this natural, fluent response. I try to stay focused by creating small, simple goals. I don't pressure myself. I just practice a little every day and trust the process. Now shadow it gently. I stay focused with small goals. I don't pressure myself. I practice a little every day. I trust the process. These lines help you sound calm and confident in real conversations. Now imagine you're reflecting on your progress while sitting outdoors. Maybe in a park, maybe on a bench, maybe during a quiet walk. Listen. Right now, I'm enjoying the fresh air and thinking about how much I've improved. I understand more expressions, I speak more confidently, and I feel more connected to the language. Now shadow it. I'm enjoying the fresh air. I've improved. I understand more. I speak more confidently. I feel more connected to the language. This helps you practice emotional and descriptive fluency. Now let's explore a moment of interaction with someone who compliments your English. Listen. Thank you. That means a lot. I've been practicing consistently, and I'm trying to use more natural expressions every day. Now shadow it. Thank you. It means a lot. I practice consistently. I use natural expressions every day. These are extremely useful, real-life responses. Imagine now that you're encouraging someone else who is learning. Listen. Don't worry about making mistakes. Mistakes are part of the journey. They help you grow, learn, and become a stronger communicator. Now shadow it softly. Don't worry about mistakes. They are part of the journey. They help you grow. They help you become stronger. Encouraging language builds confidence for both you and the people you speak with. Now picture yourself explaining your learning routine. Listen. I try to include English naturally throughout my day. I listen while I cook. I think in English while I walk, and I sometimes talk to myself when I'm alone. Now shadow it. I include English throughout my day. I listen while I cook. I think while I walk. I talk to myself. These are real strategies that make your brain adapt to English. Let's build another daily life scene. You're on your way to work or school, thinking about your goals. Listen. I'm walking slowly and thinking about how I want to express myself today. I want to speak clearly, listen carefully, and use new vocabulary whenever I can. Now shadow. I'm thinking about how I want to express myself. I want to speak clearly, listen carefully, use new vocabulary. This builds controlled, intentional speaking patterns. Now imagine someone asks how you feel about your progress. Listen. I feel proud because I'm improving step by step. Even on days when I don't practice much, I still try to keep English in my mind. Now shadow. I feel proud. I'm improving step by step. I keep English in my mind. These emotional reflections help build deeper, more connected, fluency. Now let's add a slightly more advanced practice to increase your listening challenge. Lately, I've been trying to become more aware of how fluent speakers express themselves. I pay attention to their tone, their pauses, and the natural rhythm they use. And I try to imitate those patterns in my own speaking. Now shadow it slowly. I've been trying to become more aware. I pay attention to tone, pauses, rhythm. I imitate those patterns. This type of shadowing builds a native-like rhythm. Now picture yourself in a calm space, maybe sitting by a window or relaxing on your bed. Listen. This moment feels peaceful, and I'm using this peaceful moment to train my English. I'm not rushing. I'm not stressing. I'm just giving myself the time to grow. Now shadow it. This moment is peaceful. I'm using it to train my English. I'm not rushing. I'm not stressing. I'm giving myself time to grow. This builds gentle, natural fluency. Now imagine someone asks what you find challenging in English. Listen. Sometimes I struggle with long conversations because I want to respond quickly, but I remind myself that it's okay to take a moment to think. Clarity is more important than speed. Now shadow. I struggle with long conversations. I remind myself it's okay to think. Clarity is more important than speed. This is an important mindset for real communication. Now let's create another deep shadowing practice. When I listen to English, I try to focus on the overall meaning, not just the individual words. When I do this, conversations become easier to follow, and I feel more confident understanding different accents. Now shadow. I focus on overall meaning, not individual words. Conversations become easier. I feel more confident. This builds advanced listening strategies. Imagine now you're ending your evening with a final English practice moment. Listen. I'm winding down for the day, and I'm happy that I practiced my English. Even small moments like this help me stay disciplined and motivated. Now, Shadow, I'm winding down. I'm happy I practiced. Small moments help me stay disciplined. They keep me motivated. This reinforces consistency. Now, let's practice expressing long-term progress again. Listen. The more I listen, the more I understand. The more I speak, the more confident I become. And the more I practice, the closer I get to real fluency. Shadow it gently. The more I listen, the more I understand. The more I speak, the more confident I become. The more I practice, the closer I get to fluency. This repetition builds a strong mental foundation. You're doing amazing. Every minute you spend shadowing these sentences brings you closer to natural, confident, flexible English, and your progress is already showing through your consistency and dedication. As we continue practicing together, I want you to feel how English is slowly becoming a familiar space for your thoughts. Your understanding is deepening, your speaking rhythm is becoming steadier, and your confidence is quietly rising inside you. This is the result of consistent exposure, gentle shadowing, and real-life language patterns. And you are training your mind to trust itself more and more with each moment. Now imagine you're in a comfortable conversation, and someone asks how English has changed your daily life. Listen to this natural response. English has become a part of my everyday routine. I use it when I think, when I observe things around me, and sometimes even when I talk to myself. It helps me stay connected to the language in a simple, natural way. Now shadow it softly. English is part of my routine. I think in English. I observe in English. I talk to myself. I stay connected naturally. These lines help build comfort and fluency. Now imagine you're explaining why consistent practice matters. Listen. I've learned that consistency matters more than perfection. Even if I practice for just a few minutes each day, it keeps my mind active and helps me improve without feeling overwhelmed. Now, shadow. Consistency matters more than perfection. A few minutes keep my mind active. I improve without feeling overwhelmed. These patterns reflect mindset and maturity in language learning. Now let's create a calm daily life scene to practice descriptive speaking. Maybe you're sitting near a window in the early morning. Listen. I'm sitting by the window right now, taking a moment to relax. The light is soft, the air feels fresh, and I'm letting myself enjoy this quiet time while practicing English. Now shadow gently. I'm sitting by the window. The light is soft. The air feels fresh. I enjoy this quiet time. I practice English. These sentences help you build smooth, descriptive ability. Imagine now that someone asks how you handle moments when you forget words or feel stuck. Listen closely. When I forget a word or feel stuck, I try not to panic. I take a small pause. Think of a simpler expression and continue speaking. Communication is more important than using perfect vocabulary. Now, shadow. I don't panic. I take a small pause. I use a simpler expression. Communication is more important. These lines develop emotional control and speaking strategy. Now let's go into another natural, advanced practice. Recently, I've been noticing that my confidence is growing. I'm less afraid of making mistakes, and I'm more willing to speak even when I feel unsure. It makes me proud to see this change in myself. Now shadow it slowly. My confidence is growing. I'm less afraid. I'm more willing to speak. I feel proud of myself. Speaking like this builds emotional fluency. Now imagine a moment when you're observing people speaking English around you, maybe online, maybe at work, maybe in media. Listen. I like watching how fluent speakers express themselves, their body language, their tone, their expressions. Everything teaches me something new about communication. Now shadow. I watch fluent speakers. I notice tone, expression, body language. Everything teaches me something. This helps you express learning through observation. Now practice another daily life narration. You're getting ready for the day, preparing your things. Listen, I'm getting ready for the day. And as I organize my things, I'm practicing English silently in my mind. I'm rehearsing simple sentences, planning what I want to say, and preparing myself to communicate confidently. Now shadow. I'm getting ready. I organize my things. I practice in my mind. I rehearse sentences. I prepare myself to communicate confidently. This builds internal fluency skills. Now imagine someone asks what part of English you enjoy the most. Listen. I enjoy the feeling of expressing myself clearly, when I find the right words, and my message comes out smoothly. It makes me feel strong and capable. Now shadow. I enjoy expressing myself clearly, finding the right words, feeling strong and capable. Fluency grows through emotional connection like this. Now let's add another advanced practice for deeper listening. One thing I've learned is that fluency isn't about speaking fast. It's about speaking clearly, expressing ideas confidently, and connecting your thoughts naturally. Speed comes later, but clarity comes first. Now shadow. Fluency isn't speed. Fluency is clarity, confidence, natural connection of thoughts. This builds professional-level explanation. Now imagine you're resting after a long day and reflecting on your progress. Listen. I'm relaxing now, and I'm proud that I practiced even when I felt tired. These small efforts remind me that I'm committed to my goals, and that makes me feel stronger. Now shadow. I'm relaxing. I practiced even when tired. Small efforts show my commitment. I feel stronger. Daily reflection builds deeper fluency. Let's continue with another realistic situation. Someone asks how you overcome fear in speaking. Listen. I try to remind myself that mistakes are normal. Everyone learns through experience, and every time I speak, I become a little more confident and a little more fluent. Now shadow. Mistakes are normal. I learn through experience. Each time I speak, I become more confident, more fluent. These are essential expressions for self-encouragement. Now imagine you're thinking about your progress while walking home. Listen. I'm walking slowly and thinking about how my English has improved. I understand more conversations. I recognize more expressions, and I feel more comfortable speaking. Now shadow. I'm walking slowly. I've improved. I understand more. I recognize expressions. I feel comfortable speaking. This builds calm, narrative fluency. Now let's practice a deeper, more emotional practice. Learning English has taught me patience. It has taught me to trust my abilities, to believe in progress, and to never give up even when things feel challenging. Now shadow. English has taught me patience, trust, belief in progress, not giving up. These emotional reflections help you speak with sincerity. You're doing beautifully. Your fluency is developing slowly, naturally, and powerfully through these long, continuous shadowing sessions. With every minute you spend here, you are building a stronger English-speaking version of yourself. As we continue this journey together, I want you to feel how your English is slowly becoming part of your inner voice. You're not only repeating sentences, you're creating a new way of thinking, a calmer, clearer, more confident version of yourself, and every sentence you shadow strengthens that version a little more. You're learning to trust your voice, trust your understanding, and trust your ability to communicate with clarity. Now imagine someone asks how English fits into your daily life. Listen to this natural response. English has become a quiet companion throughout my day. I use it when I think, when I plan, and even when I imagine future conversations. It helps me stay connected to the language naturally. Shadow it now. English is a quiet companion. I use it when I think, when I plan, when I imagine conversations. I stay connected naturally. This helps you sound thoughtful and fluent. Now picture yourself preparing for an important conversation in English, maybe an interview, a meeting, or a casual chat with someone you admire. Listen. Before an important conversation, I like to remind myself to stay calm. I take a deep breath, think about what I want to say, and trust that my practice will support me. Now shadow. I stay calm. I take a deep breath. I think about what I want to say. I trust my practice. These lines build confidence and emotional control. Now imagine you're noticing your own progress more clearly. Listen. I can see how my English is improving. I respond faster. I understand more naturally. And I feel more confident expressing my ideas. Now shadow. I can see my improvement. I respond faster. I understand naturally. I express my ideas confidently. This helps you express progress smoothly. Let's practice describing a small, meaningful moment from your day. Listen. This morning, I sat quietly with my cup of tea and used that moment to practice some English. Even a few minutes made me feel focused and ready for the day. Now shadow. I sat quietly. I practiced English. A few minutes made me feel focused, ready for the day. These are realistic, gentle sentences that build narrative fluency. Now imagine you're explaining why you use shadowing as a technique. Listen. Shadowing helps me because it trains my brain to follow the natural flow of English. I learn not just the words, but the rhythm, the tone, and the way sentences connect. Now shadow. Shadowing trains my brain. I learn rhythm, tone, connection, not just words. This develops advanced speaking awareness. Now let's go into another daily life scene. You're watching something online in English and trying to learn from it. Listen. When I watch videos in English, I try to listen carefully to the expressions people use. I repeat some of their phrases in my mind and practice using them later. Now shadow. I listen carefully. I repeat expressions. I practice using them later. This helps you sound natural and observant. Now imagine you're walking outside at sunset. The day is ending, and you're thinking about your goals. Listen. I'm taking a slow walk as the day ends. The sky looks warm, and I'm thinking about how I want to continue improving my English tomorrow. Now, Shadow. I'm taking a slow walk. The sky looks warm. I'm thinking about improving tomorrow. Descriptive sentences like these train your imagination and fluency together. Now picture someone asking why English matters to you. Listen. English matters to me because it opens doors. It helps me communicate, learn new things, and connect with people from all over the world. Now, Shadow. English opens doors. It helps me communicate. It helps me connect. It helps me learn. This builds motivational and clear expression. Now let's practice expressing honesty about difficulty. Listen. There are days when learning feels challenging, but I remind myself that every challenge is part of the process. Every struggle makes me stronger and more capable. Now, Shadow. Learning feels challenging sometimes. Every challenge is part of the process. Every struggle makes me stronger. These emotional statements help you sound sincere and real. Now imagine you're describing your listening improvement in detail. Listen. My listening skills are getting better because I've learned to focus on the overall meaning, not just individual words. I listen to tone, emotion, and context, and that helps me understand more naturally. Now, Shadow. I focus on overall meaning, not just words. I listen to tone, emotion, context. I understand naturally. This builds deeper comprehension. Let's create a moment in which you talk about your speaking confidence. Listen. I used to hesitate before speaking, but now I'm more comfortable trying, even when I'm not sure. I know that every attempt brings me closer to fluency. Now, Shadow. I used to hesitate. Now I'm comfortable trying. Every attempt brings me closer to fluency. This builds courage and fluency together. Now imagine yourself ending your evening with a short reflection. Listen. I like ending my day by thinking about the progress I've made. Even the smallest improvements remind me that I'm moving in the right direction. Now, Shadow softly. I think about my progress. Small improvements matter. I'm moving in the right direction. This strengthens emotional connection to learning. Now, let's add another advanced practice. Recently, I've been more intentional with my practice. I choose activities that challenge me, listen more actively, and try to use new vocabulary in real situations. It helps me grow faster and communicate more naturally. Now, Shadow. I'm intentional with my practice. I challenge myself. I listen actively. I use new vocabulary. I communicate naturally. These lines strengthen your ability to express strategy and growth. Now imagine you're talking with a friend who asks how you stay patient during the learning process. Listen. I stay patient by reminding myself that learning takes time. Every skill grows slowly, and every moment of practice counts. Now, Shadow. Learning takes time. Skills grow slowly. Every moment of practice counts. These calm sentences help build a grounded, fluent mindset. You are building your fluency step by step, and your dedication is helping you reach a more confident, more natural level of English every single minute we practice. As your practice continues, I want you to notice how the language is beginning to settle more comfortably inside you. You're not only understanding the words, you're feeling the rhythm, the pauses, the natural flow of real English communication. This slow, steady development is what builds long-term fluency. And you're doing it right now by staying present, calm, and patient. Now, Imagine someone asks how English helps you in your daily life. Listen. English helps me express myself more clearly. It gives me more confidence when interacting with people and allows me to understand information from many different sources. Now shadow it softly. English helps me express myself. It gives me confidence. It helps me understand more information. These are natural sentences for daily conversations. Now, imagine you're thinking about your long-term goals. Listen. One of my long-term goals is to become a confident English speaker who can communicate naturally in any situation. I want to use advanced vocabulary smoothly and express my thoughts clearly. Now shadow. My long-term goal is confidence. I want to communicate naturally. I want to use vocabulary smoothly. I want to express my thoughts clearly. This builds clarity and ambition in your speech. Let's create another daily life moment. You're preparing your lunch and thinking in English. Listen. I'm cutting vegetables right now, and while I cook, I'm practicing English silently. I'm describing the actions, noticing the sounds, and using this time to train my mind. Now shadow. I'm cutting vegetables. I practice silently. I describe my actions. I train my mind. This builds internal fluency through narration. Now, imagine someone asks why you practice every day. Listen. I practice every day because I want English to feel natural. I want it to feel like a language I live with, not a subject I study. Now shadow. I practice every day. I want English to feel natural, a language I live with, not a subject I study. This improves emotional and expressive fluency. Now, let's practice describing a moment of motivation. Listen. Today, I felt motivated because I noticed that I understood a conversation that used to feel difficult. It was a reminder that progress is always happening, even when it's slow. Now shadow. I felt motivated today. I understood a conversation. Progress is happening, even when slow. These patterns help you express growth realistically. Let's go deeper into an advanced practice. I've realized that my English improves the most when I engage with the language actively, when I listen with attention, shadow with focus, and speak without fear. Now shadow. I improve when I engage actively. I listen with attention. I shadow with focus. I speak without fear. This builds your ability to talk about learning with confidence. Now, imagine a peaceful moment in the evening. Listen. The evening feels calm, and I'm taking this time to relax and practice a little more. Even a few quiet minutes help me stay connected to the language. Now shadow. The evening is calm. I relax. I practice a little more. Quiet minutes help me stay connected. This builds a gentle fluency rhythm. Now, imagine someone asks how you stay consistent. Listen. I stay consistent by creating small habits. I practice a little in the morning, a little during the day, and a little before I sleep. These small habits make a huge difference over time. Now shadow. I stay consistent with small habits. Morning practice. Day practice. Night practice. Small habits make a difference. This reinforces discipline in your expression. Now, picture yourself noticing new vocabulary in daily life. Listen. Whenever I hear a new word, I try to notice how it's used in the sentence. I pay attention to the context, the tone, and the feeling behind it. Now shadow. I notice new words. I pay attention to context, tone, feeling. This helps build stronger listening and vocabulary memory. Now, imagine someone asks how you feel when you speak English now compared to before. Listen. I feel more confident now. I think less about perfect grammar and more about expressing my ideas clearly. Communication is my main focus. Now shadow. I feel more confident. I focus on expressing ideas. Communication is my focus. This builds natural, communicative fluency. Now we continue with another deeper practice. I'm learning to trust my voice more. I'm becoming less afraid of sounding imperfect and more interested in being clear, honest, and confident when I speak. Now shadow. I trust my voice. I'm less afraid of imperfection. I want to be clear, honest, confident. This creates emotional connection with your speaking journey. Now, imagine you're thinking about your progress before sleeping. Listen. As I get ready to sleep, I think about the English I practiced today, and even if it wasn't much, I still feel proud of myself for trying. Now shadow. I get ready to sleep. I think about my practice. I feel proud of myself, even if it wasn't much. This closes the day with motivation and self-appreciation. Now, picture someone asking how you deal with difficult words. Listen. When I hear a difficult word, I don't get frustrated. I try to understand the meaning from the sentence, and if I can't, I remind myself that it's okay to learn slowly. Now shadow. I don't get frustrated. I use the sentence to understand. I learn slowly. It's okay. This builds emotional resilience. Now, imagine you're talking about your progress with someone. Listen. I've noticed that I'm speaking more naturally. My sentences feel smoother, and I don't pause as much as I used to. Now shadow. I speak more naturally. My sentences are smoother. I pause less. This helps you express improvement clearly. Now, let's add an advanced reflection. Learning a language is a long journey, but every moment you spend practicing brings you closer to the fluency you dream of. And knowing that keeps me motivated every single day. Now shadow. Language learning is a long journey. Every moment brings me closer. This keeps me motivated. This builds inspirational fluency. You're doing incredibly well. And with every sentence you shadow, your English becomes stronger, clearer, and more confident. As we continue practicing together, I want you to feel how your confidence is slowly becoming a natural part of your English. Every sentence you shadow strengthens your speaking muscles. Every phrase you repeat teaches your brain a new rhythm. And every moment you stay present here makes your fluency deeper and more automatic. You are learning, improving, and transforming with every word. Now imagine someone asks you how English makes you feel nowadays. Listen. English makes me feel more connected to the world. It helps me express myself with clarity and understand people from different cultures. Now shadow it gently. English makes me feel connected. It helps me express myself. It helps me understand people. These lines help strengthen emotional and meaningful expression. Now imagine a simple morning moment. You're brushing your teeth, thinking quietly. Listen. I'm getting ready for the day, and even in these small moments, English comes into my mind. I think about my plans, my goals, and my conversations in English. Now shadow. I'm getting ready. English comes into my mind. I think about my plans, my goals, my conversations. This builds internal thought fluency. Now imagine someone asks how you stay confident when speaking. Listen. I stay confident by reminding myself that communication is the real goal, not perfection. As long as I express myself clearly, I'm doing well. Now shadow. Communication is the goal, not perfection. As long as I'm clear, I'm doing well. This helps you speak with emotional balance. Now let's practice a deeper descriptive scene. You're sitting outside, maybe in a park, watching people move around you. Listen. I'm sitting here and observing everything. The movement, the sounds, the small conversations around me. And I'm using all of this to train my listening skills. Now shadow. I'm observing movement, sounds, conversations. I train my listening skills. This helps with descriptive expression and academic tone. Now imagine you're having a reflective moment about your progress. Listen. Sometimes I look back and realize how much I've grown. I understand more, I hesitate less, and I speak with more confidence, and this makes me feel proud. Now shadow. I look back. I've grown. I hesitate less. I speak with confidence. I feel proud. These lines help you speak about personal development. Now imagine someone asks what inspires you to continue learning. Listen. I feel inspired when I see my progress, even in small details. A new word I understand. A sentence I say smoothly. Or a moment when I feel confident. Now shadow. I feel inspired by progress, by small details, by new words, by smooth sentences, by confident moments. This builds motivational fluidity. Now picture yourself ending your workday, getting ready to relax. Listen. I'm finishing my day, and I'm happy that I practiced English, even while feeling tired. These little moments remind me that I'm committed to my goals. Now shadow. I'm finishing my day. I practiced even when tired. I feel committed to my goals. This strengthens discipline and determination. Now imagine someone asks how you deal with difficult pronunciation. Listen. When I struggle with pronunciation, I slow down. I repeat the sound gently. And I let my mouth learn the movement step by step. Now shadow. I slow down. I repeat gently. I let my mouth learn. This helps build physical speaking awareness. Now practice another longer emotional conversations. Some days are easy. Some days are difficult. But I keep going because I know I'm building something meaningful. My future fluency. My future confidence, my future voice. Now shadow. Some days are easy, some are difficult. I keep going. I'm building my fluency, my confidence, my voice. This creates deep emotional fluency. Now imagine a quiet afternoon where you take a break and think in English. Listen. I'm resting for a moment. And my mind naturally begins to think in English. Simple thoughts, simple sentences. But still, this helps me stay connected to the language. Now shadow. I'm resting. My mind thinks in English. Simple thoughts, simple sentences. I stay connected. This builds internal structure. Now imagine someone asks how you practice speaking alone. Listen. When I'm alone, I sometimes speak out loud to myself. I describe what I'm doing, how I'm feeling, and what I'm planning. It helps me stay fluent even when I don't have a partner to practice with. Now shadow. I speak out loud to myself. I describe what I'm doing, how I'm feeling, what I'm planning. I stay fluent. This helps you express self-practice naturally. Now imagine you're thinking about your next level of English. Listen. I'm excited about reaching a more advanced level. I want to speak more smoothly, understand more deeply, and express myself more precisely. Now shadow. I'm excited. I want to speak smoothly, understand deeply, express precisely. This builds advanced vocabulary expression. Now let's continue with another thoughtful English practice. I'm learning to appreciate the small improvements, a clearer sentence, a faster response, a moment of understanding. Every small victory brings me closer to the fluency I want. Now shadow. I appreciate small improvements, clearer sentences, faster responses, moments of understanding. Small victories bring me closer. This strengthens reflective fluency. Now imagine you're finishing your day with gratitude. Listen. I'm grateful for the time I spent learning today. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't long, but it was meaningful, and meaningful practice always brings results. Now shadow. I'm grateful. Today's practice was meaningful. Meaningful practice brings results. These lines help build emotional stability and motivation. Now imagine someone asks what keeps you going. Listen. What keeps me going is the belief that fluency is possible, not just for other people, but for me. And with every day of practice, I'm getting closer. Now, shadow. Fluency is possible for me. Every day brings me closer. This reinforces self-belief. Every sentence you shadow strengthens your foundation. You're becoming clearer, steadier, and more confident in your English communication. And the progress you're making is real, powerful, and long-lasting. As we continue moving forward, I want you to feel how your English is settling deeper into your daily rhythm. You're not forcing yourself to think in English anymore. It's beginning to happen naturally, gently, quietly. This stage is extremely important because it shows that your mind is adapting, your confidence is strengthening, and your fluency is slowly becoming part of who you are. Now imagine someone asks how you stay calm when speaking English. Listen. I stay calm by reminding myself that communication is a skill, not a competition. I don't have to be perfect. I just have to be clear, honest, and confident. Now shadow. Communication is a skill, not a competition. I don't need perfection. I need clarity, honesty, confidence. These lines create a strong foundation for emotional fluency. Now imagine you're having a quiet moment in your room, reviewing your thoughts. Listen. I'm sitting here quietly, thinking about my progress. I can feel that my understanding is improving, and my speaking is becoming smoother. Now shadow. I'm sitting quietly. My understanding is improving. My speaking is smoother. This builds calm, reflective expression. Now picture someone asking how you balance English learning with your daily responsibilities. Listen. I try to include English in small moments throughout my day. I listen while I do chores. I think in English while I walk. And I practice small sentences whenever I can. Now, shadow. I include English in small moments. I listen while doing chores. I think while I walk. I practice whenever I can. This builds natural, integrated vocabulary. Now imagine a moment where you feel proud of something small but meaningful. Listen. Today, I understood an expression that used to confuse me. It felt like a small victory, and it reminded me that every step matters. Now shadow. I understood an expression. It was a small victory. Every step matters. These lines help you speak with emotional awareness. Now let's practice a deeper, more advanced conversations. I'm learning to pay attention to the flow of English, the way sentences rise and fall, the way speakers connect ideas, and the way emotions move through their tone. Now shadow. I pay attention to the flow, to rising and falling sentences, to connected ideas, to emotion in tone. This strengthens advanced listening comprehension. Now imagine someone asks why speaking practice is important for you. Listen. Speaking practice helps me build confidence. It teaches my mouth how to produce the sounds naturally and helps my brain create faster connections. Now shadow. Speaking builds confidence. My mouth learns the sounds. My brain creates faster connections. This builds physical speaking awareness. Now imagine you're sitting somewhere comfortable, maybe with a warm drink, practicing quietly. Listen. This peaceful moment is perfect for practicing English. I'm relaxed, focused, and open to learning, and these calm moments help the language settle deeper into my mind. Now shadow. This peaceful moment is perfect. I'm relaxed, focused, open to learning. English settles deeper into my mind. This builds gentle learning rhythm. Now imagine you're explaining how you deal with frustration. Listen. When I feel frustrated, I remind myself that learning takes time. I don't rush. I don't expect perfection. I just keep moving forward. Now shadow. Learning takes time. I don't rush. I don't need perfection. I keep moving forward. This builds emotional resilience. Now practice describing another daily life scene. You're walking through a market or a street filled with activity. Listen. I'm walking through the street and listening to the sounds around me. Even though they're not English, my mind still tries to describe everything in English. Now shadow. I'm walking through the street. I listen to the sounds. My mind describes everything in English. This develops internal narration fluency. Now imagine someone asks what you do when you forget a phrase. Listen. When I forget a phrase, I try to use simpler words. I keep speaking instead of stopping, because continuing the conversation is more important than using perfect vocabulary. Now shadow. I use simpler words. I keep speaking. Conversation is more important than perfection. These lines train flexible speech. Now let's go deeper into another advanced reflective practice. I've realized that fluency grows when I'm consistent, gentle with myself, and open to learning naturally. I don't force it. I allow it to develop, moment by moment. Now shadow. Fluency grows with consistency, with gentleness, with openness. I allow it to develop. This builds mature speaking tone. Now imagine you're preparing for tomorrow again. Listen. Tomorrow, I want to express myself more clearly. I want to use new vocabulary and take small risks when I speak. Small risks help me grow. Now shadow. Tomorrow, I want clarity. I want new vocabulary. I take small risks. Small risks help me grow. This strengthens forward-thinking fluency. Now imagine you're finishing a conversation with someone. Listen. I enjoyed this conversation. It helped me practice, learn, and connect. I feel more confident now. Now shadow. I enjoyed this conversation. I practiced. I learned. I connected. I feel confident. This builds social fluency. Now imagine you're ending your day with self-appreciation. Listen. I'm ending my day feeling grateful for the progress I made. It may look small to others, but it feels meaningful to me. Now shadow. I feel grateful. My progress feels meaningful, even if it's small. This builds emotional expression. Now let's practice another advanced descriptive moment. I'm learning to observe how different speakers express themselves. Some speak fast, some speak slowly, some use simple words, others use complex ones, and all of them help me learn something new. Now shadow. I observe different speakers, fast, slow, simple, complex. All of them teach me something. This improves conversational analysis skills. Every moment you spend here is helping you build a richer, more confident English-speaking identity. You're moving step by step toward a smoother, clearer, more natural level of fluency, and your dedication continues to guide you forward. As we continue moving forward, I want you to feel how English is slowly becoming a comfort zone for your thoughts. You're no longer struggling to find the right words. You're beginning to let your mind breathe in English. And this gentle transformation is exactly what brings long-term fluency. You're growing every moment you choose to practice, and that growth is becoming more natural with every sentence you shadow. Now imagine someone asks how English has changed your confidence. Listen. English has made me feel more capable. It gives me the power to express myself with clarity and understand people from different backgrounds. Now shadow. English makes me feel capable. It gives me power. It helps me express myself. It helps me understand others. These lines strengthen emotional expression. Now imagine you're starting your morning in a peaceful way. Listen. I woke up feeling calm today, and before starting my tasks, I decided to practice a little English. Even a few minutes in the morning help me feel more focused and prepared. Now shadow. I woke up calm. I practiced a little. Morning practice helps me feel focused, prepared. This builds gentle morning routine fluency. Now imagine someone asks what you enjoy most about learning a language. Listen. What I enjoy most is the feeling of understanding something new, a phrase, an expression, a sentence. Each discovery feels like a small success. Now shadow. I enjoy understanding something new. Each discovery feels like success, simple but powerful. Now imagine you're sitting in a quiet room, listening to English softly. Listen. I'm sitting here quietly, letting the English flow through my ears. I'm not forcing myself to learn. I'm simply allowing the language to enter my mind naturally. Now shadow. I sit quietly. English flows through my ears. I don't force myself. I allow the language to enter naturally. This builds calm listening rhythm. Now imagine you're explaining why mistakes don't scare you anymore. Listen. Mistakes don't scare me the way they used to. Now I see them as part of the process. Every mistake teaches me something valuable. Now shadow. Mistakes don't scare me. They are part of the process. They teach me something valuable. This helps build maturity in speaking. Now let's create another daily life situation. You're walking home in the evening after a long day. Listen. I'm walking home, feeling a little tired but satisfied. I practiced today, I learned today, and that makes me feel strong. Now shadow. I'm walking home, tired but satisfied. I practiced, I learned, I feel strong. This builds expressive fluency. Now imagine someone asks what your greatest motivation is. Listen. My greatest motivation is becoming someone who can communicate confidently in any situation. I want to express myself freely without hesitation. Now shadow. My motivation is confidence. I want to express myself freely, without hesitation. This builds vision-based speaking. Now imagine a moment of gentle learning. You're reading something simple in English. Listen. While reading today, I noticed how certain phrases repeat in different situations. The more I see them, the more comfortable I feel using them. Now, shadow. I noticed repeating phrases. I feel more comfortable using them. This builds pattern awareness. Now imagine someone asks how you manage difficult listening situations. Listen. When listening becomes difficult, I focus on the overall message. I don't try to understand every word. I try to understand the meaning. Now, shadow. I focus on the message, not every word. I understand the meaning. This builds strategic listening fluency. Now imagine you're preparing for a conversation tomorrow. Listen. I'm thinking about the conversation I'll have tomorrow. I want to speak calmly, use new vocabulary, and express my ideas clearly. Now, shadow. I'm thinking about tomorrow. I want to speak calmly, use new vocabulary, express myself clearly. This builds future speaking skills. Now imagine someone asks, what keeps you disciplined? Listen. What keeps me disciplined is the belief that English will open many doors for me. Personal doors, professional doors, and emotional doors. Now, shadow. English opens doors for me. Personal, professional, emotional. This builds advanced vocabulary. Now imagine you're sitting by a window again, watching the day slowly pass. Listen. As I sit here, I feel grateful for my effort. Even small practice moments help me grow, and I'm proud of myself for staying consistent. Now, shadow. I sit. Here. I feel grateful. Small moments help me grow. I'm proud of my consistency. This builds emotional fluency. Now imagine someone asks how you maintain a positive attitude. Listen. I stay positive by focusing on progress, not perfection. I appreciate every improvement, even the small ones. Now, shadow. I focus on progress, not perfection. I appreciate small improvements. This builds motivational speaking. Now imagine you're reflecting on your progress during a short break. Listen. I took a short break today and realized that English feels easier than before. My sentences are smoother, my thoughts are clearer, and I feel more relaxed when I speak. Now, shadow. English feels easier. My sentences are smoother, my thoughts are clearer, I feel relaxed. This builds confidence in describing change. Now imagine someone asks how you stay motivated during difficult days. Listen. Even on difficult days, I try to practice a little. I remind myself that slow progress is still progress, and consistency always wins. Now, shadow. Slow progress is progress. Consistency wins. This builds confidence and determination. Now imagine yourself ending your long day with appreciation. Listen. At the end of the day, I feel grateful for every effort I made. I'm learning something meaningful, and I know it will take me far. Now, shadow. I feel grateful. I made meaningful effort. It will take me far. This builds emotional grounding. Every sentence you shadow right now is shaping you into a more fluent, confident, expressive speaker. You're moving steadily toward the fluency you dream of, and your dedication is leading you there step by step. As we move into this final stretch of our practice, I want you to feel how far you've come, how much your mind has absorbed, how naturally English is flowing through you right now. You've been listening, shadowing, imagining, and practicing continuously, and every single sentence has strengthened your confidence, your clarity, and your ability to express yourself with calm, steady fluency. Now imagine someone asks how English learning has shaped your personality. Listen. Learning English has made me more open-minded. It has helped me think in new ways, understand different perspectives, and communicate with people I never expected to talk to. Now shadow it slowly. English makes me open-minded. I think in new ways. I understand different perspectives. I communicate with more people. This helps you express personal transformation naturally. Now imagine you're in a peaceful environment, maybe sitting outside with gentle wind around you. Listen. I'm sitting here feeling peaceful, and as I listen to English, I realize how connected I feel to the language. It doesn't feel distant anymore. It feels familiar. Now shadow. I feel peaceful. English feels familiar. I feel connected. This builds emotional and atmospheric fluency. Now imagine someone asks what English means to your future. Listen. English is a tool I want to use for my future, not only for work or education, but also to explore new places, make new friends, and understand more of the world. Now shadow. English is a tool for my future, for work, for travel, for connection, for understanding. This builds purposeful expression. Now imagine you're reflecting deeply on your journey. Listen. I used to feel nervous speaking English, but now I feel steadier. My voice feels stronger, my mind feels clearer, and I feel proud of the courage I've shown along the way. Now shadow. I used to feel nervous. Now I feel steady. My voice is stronger. My mind is clearer. I'm proud of my courage. This creates healing, confident speech. Now imagine someone asks how you stay hopeful. Listen. I stay hopeful because I know that every day gives me a chance to grow. Even when progress feels slow, it's still progress. And slow progress is the kind that lasts. Now shadow. I stay hopeful. Every day I grow. Slow progress lasts. These lines help develop emotional resilience. Now imagine a comforting evening moment. Listen. The evening feels calm, and as I reflect on my day, I feel proud of every effort I made. English is becoming part of my identity, not just a skill I'm learning. Now shadow. The evening is calm. I feel proud. English is part of my identity. This builds deeper expressive ability. Now imagine you're preparing for tomorrow with confidence. Listen. Tomorrow, I want to continue growing. I want to speak with confidence. Listen with intention, and use English naturally throughout the day. Now shadow. Tomorrow, I will grow. I will speak confidently. Listen with intention. Use English naturally. This prepares your mind for the next steps. Now imagine someone asks why you never give up. Listen. I never give up because I know fluency takes time, and every moment of effort brings me closer to the speaker I want to become. Now shadow. I never give up. Fluency takes time. Effort brings me closer. This builds determination. Now imagine you're ending your day with one last reflection. Listen. As the day ends, I feel grateful for my journey. I may not be perfect, but I am improving, and that is enough for today. Now shadow. I feel grateful. I'm improving, and that is enough. This creates a peaceful learning mindset. Now imagine that everything you practiced today is slowly soaking into your memory. Listen. The words, the phrases, the expressions, they are all becoming part of my inner voice. With each repetition, they grow stronger inside me. Now, Shadow. The words become part of me. The phrases grow stronger. My inner voice becomes clearer. This builds internal language connection. Now imagine someone asks what you learned from this whole experience. Listen, I learned that English isn't something I memorize. It's something I live, something I practice every day with calmness, curiosity, and patience. Now, Shadow. English is not memorized. English is lived, practiced with calmness, curiosity, patience. This builds a mature learning philosophy. Now imagine you're closing your eyes and breathing gently. Listen. Right now, I'm calm, relaxed, and grateful. I'm proud of the progress I made, and I'm ready to keep growing tomorrow. Now, Shadow. I'm calm, I'm grateful, I'm proud, I'm ready to grow tomorrow. This completes your emotional and linguistic practice for the day. You have practiced deeply, intentionally, and consistently, and with every minute you've spent here, your English has become stronger, clearer, more confident, and more natural. The journey continues. But today, you've made powerful progress that will stay with you. Thanks for practicing with me today. You did an amazing job, and I'm truly proud of the effort you put into your English. Remember, real fluency is built slowly, gently, and consistently, and every moment you spend practicing brings you one step closer to the confident English speaker you want to become. If you enjoyed this masterclass and want more deep English listening and speaking practice sessions like this, make sure you subscribe to English in Minutes and turn on the notifications. We upload new powerful lessons every day to help you improve faster, speak more clearly, and feel more confident in every conversation. Keep practicing, keep shadowing, keep believing in yourself, and I will see you in the next lesson.